the Sheldon Show. So, today what I want to talk about is I want to talk about sex and money. Two of the most discussed, maybe overly discussed, maybe they should always be discussed, but two critical things in relationships, right? I want to talk about sex and money. But before I get into that, what I want you to do is please hit that subscribe button and please turn on your post notifications. Don't forget to leave your comments so that I can get some feedback from you so I know what you think so we could be interactive on this channel. Also, please share the videos as well. Please share the content. You know, I'm on this mission right now to grow this channel, so I'll appreciate your help very much every time you repost this on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your whatever the case is. So just kind of help me out with that. But in the meantime, you don't forget, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and leave your comments as well. So, and hit that like button also. So, what I want to talk about is, I want to talk about, as I said, I want to discuss sex and money. Now, you've probably heard it before. The number one reason for divorce is money, right? So after someone stands up in the church and they say, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, and then when poorer comes around, although they promise they're going to be there for poorer, people start running. So, growing up, my grandmother used to always tell us, and when I got older, I kind of figured it out, but my grandmother used to tell us that you, in quote, you cannot make love on a hungry belly. You cannot make love on a hungry belly. So if you're hungry and your gut's bubbling or whatever the case is, you can't make love on a hungry belly. Now, is it possible for you to have sex when you're hungry? Yes, it is. But think broadly here for a second. How long can you go on sex with no food? Right? Just rationally. How long can you go on just sex when you can't pay bills? Right? Sex doesn't pay bills unless you're selling sex, right? But realistically, if you're in a relationship and there is no money, then it don't matter how good sex is, people are going to become a little bit antsy, right? And so that's why money is the number one reason for why people eventually break up, because you can't make love on a hungry belly. You can do it one time, 2 times, 3 times, but when people get hungry, they need to eat. Bills need to get paid. Kids need to go to school. You need school uniforms if they got uniforms, school clothes, whatever the case is, type of stuff, because you just can't go that long without actually having your finances straight. So a lot of times people, I think sex confuses a lot in relationships a lot of times. And I think sometimes one of the mistakes that people make is they often have sex too soon in relationships, and so they don't get to know the person. And then sex starts to confuse a lot of things inside of the relationship, because if a relationship doesn't have a foundation, then it's not going to survive when rough times come around, or not even rough, but when things happen in the natural course of a relationship, because there never was a foundation in the first place to that relationship, right? And so think about how valuable money is to our lives. We need it. People say money is not everything, which is true. People say money don't buy happiness, which is true. But at the same time, money affords certain things that could help with happiness, right? Try not having it and see the type of life that you're going to have. And so the pressures that a lack of resources or a lack of money, that pressure that brings to the relationship makes it so tough to survive in a relationship when there's an absence of adequate financing. And that's why I say that it's difficult to make love on a hungry belly. It's not like you can't be, what I'm not saying that it's not possible for you to be hungry and have sex or make love or whatever you call it. But what I am saying is, how long can you sustain that, right? How long can you sustain it? It's nice when everything is new and it's great and it's whatever the case is, but ultimately there's some things that must take precedence, and one of them is money. And so that's why money is the number one reason why people break up. When there's an absence of money in relationships, then what's good. So how do you know? Well, it just depends on who you get into a relationship with. It just depends on the goals of that person, and where do you see this person going with their life, or whatever the case is. Those are all personal decisions you've got to make sure that you have that type of funding in your relationship. Are you and the person, are you both savers? Oh, because if you're both spenders, you're going to have a problem because you're never going to be able to save, and you got to save, right? It's not just how much you make, it's also how much you hold on to. So that's key in a relationship. So when a lot of people are saying all this type of stuff, and a lot of people love to talk about sex and you know how good they are and all that type of stuff, well, you try not having some money in a relationship and see how much good sex is going to keep that relationship going. If somebody can't eat, they can't pay their bills, or they always got to be worried about the lights going off, or can't pay their phone, or whatever the case is, that type of stuff. So that's what I mean by someone, but that's what I mean when I say you can't make love in a hungry belly. It's not like you can't do it one time or two times, but after a while, everybody needs to eat. No matter how good that sex is, right? Everybody is going to need to eat. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about today's content in this particular video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Don't forget to share the videos. Please hit that like button and leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that it is possible to, make love in a hungry belly? And if so, for how long could you keep that up? Let me hear from you. Until next time, don't forget that you always, always have a choice. See you next time.